Welcome to Ringside, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Kodak alongside Josh Callisto. And Josh, we've got an incredible matchup here tonight. We have Devon Monroe taking on Airwolf.
That's right, Nick. We are here in St. Paul, Minnesota at the Eagles Club, and we've got a good match coming up here at Higher Ground Wrestling. This is the third match in a series between these two, and special on this one here, it is for the Future Clash Championship.
That's right, Devon Monroe capturing that championship earlier on, and one of his defenses here tonight. This might actually be one of his most challenging defenses to date.
Absolutely. He is heading into a match against an opponent he has never been able to beat, but at the same time, Airwolf has never defeated Devon Monroe as well.
That's right, their first two time limit draws. That adds a little bit of motivation to both of these athletes. Josh, who does that favor? Who does that give an edge to either one of these guys?
Well, if this becomes a time limit draw again, the champion does retain. But these two have had several matches now to feel each other out and scout what their opponent's weaknesses are and strengths and this and that. So I have a feeling that the more experienced Airwolf might be able to pull out the win in this match.
Yeah, Devon Monroe having kind of been through a gauntlet, with defenses, Airwolf kind of coming in a little bit more fresh. And again, like you said, a little bit more experienced as well. But you cannot discount this man right here, the Future Clash champion, Devon Monroe. This guy's got a chip on his shoulder, and he has been absolute lightning out of the gate with his defenses so far.
Absolutely, and he defeated Revolutionary Bill Williams to win this championship. Who's a much bigger competitor than Devon Monroe. And also, Devon Monroe was the person who Bill Williams defeated when he won the championship. The title was vacated at the time. So Devon Monroe has proven that he can come back from a loss and defeat an opponent after a big loss like that.
And look at this right here. Right here, the chippiness, if I may say that, between these two. Like you said, they know each other very well. They've been through two time limit draws already.
Is the singles match scheduled for one fall. Your time limit is 20 minutes. Your referee is Alex Benson. And ladies and gentlemen, this match is for the Future Clash Championship. Introducing first from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing 200 pounds, the King of Canines, Airwolf. Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, also hailing from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing 155 pounds, your Future Clash Champion, Black Excellence, Devon Monroe.
This is one I've been waiting for a long time, especially after the second time limit draw. And now with the title on the line, this just adds another piece to the puzzle here, another chapter in this rivalry.
And this is the first time these two are meeting one-on-one in St. Paul. The first two contests between these two happened over in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. The first match being a 20-minute time limit draw, which you guys can see on our YouTube page if you'd like to. The second match between these two is actually kind of an impromptu match taking place before the Lake Hallie Rumble, and due to time constraints of having a 20-some person Rumble match, we only had 10 minutes for those two to wrestle, so that played into a little bit of that match being a time limit draw as well. But so far, these two are ready to go. Fire right out of the gate.
Yeah, there was no feeling out process once the bell rang here. Like you said, they've already had 2 matches. They've already seen each other multiple times over their careers here, and these 2 are ready to go. There's absolutely no doubt, no upper hand out of the gate. Airwolf with a little bit of a flurry, but Devon Monroe standing tall in the ring at the moment with the count.
And now the more experienced Airwolf is going to slow things down. I think both of these men wanted to get things going right away. They spent, between the other 2 matches, a total of 30 minutes against each other in the ring this past summer. But right now, they're trying to get the win. They don't want to go the distance anymore. They want to get that win. They want to walk out of St. Paul as the feature class champion.
I think that's a really interesting point, Josh. You made that they don't want to take too much time in this match. They don't want that time to run out as it has the previous 2 matches. So there's going to be that internal clock, I think, in both of their heads as this match goes along and as it grinds along. They maybe start seeing some desperation, maybe some more high-risk maneuvers that we normally wouldn't see. Not that these guys aren't, used to throwing caution to the wind when it comes down to it, but I think we may see that a little bit more out of the gate, a little bit quicker once we get into this match.
And there's going to need to be...
first cover, 2 count.
There's going to need to be a sense of urgency from Devon Monroe being the champion. Like you were talking earlier, what happens in this match if there's a time limit draw again? Yes, he retains the championship. But what happens if he gets pinned? What happens if he gets submitted? In one of the matches that we saw between these 2, Airwolf ended the match with having Devon Monroe in a submission, and Devon Monroe was about to tap out, and the only thing that saved him was that time limit. In this match, if that submission comes quick, that championship is going to Airwolf.
And that has to be in the back of Devon's head, too, knowing that he was so close to losing, and that the only thing that saved him was the clock running out, as Airwolf just kicks Devon Monroe right in the mush.
Look at that beautiful wrist lock suplex there. I think Airwolf has that in mind, and he knows what we were talking about. If he goes and tears down a limb and goes for that submission, that championship is going home with him.
And I think it's kind of underrated. We see Airwolf and we see a high flyer. We see a lot of crazy things coming off the top, but he's very sound technically as well. He knows what he's doing. And you're seeing it right here. He's working the body. He's working those body parts, trying to, like you said, wear something down to the point where he can slap on that submission and hopefully finish the job this time.
Absolutely, He can throw a drop kick just like that.
Another pin.
He can dive. He can dive out of the ring. He can jump off the top rope. He can throw a flying Hurricane Rana. But at the same time, like you said, he is very skilled technical wrestler. He has very strong strikes, as you just saw with that kick there. In high school, he was on the wrestling team, and he won a couple matches by knockout.
Wow.
In high school wrestling, and eventually he had to focus more on professional wrestling because he was too rough on the high school.
Yeah, I don't think you want to, especially someone as who Airwolf outweighs like he does with Devon Monroe. I don't think you want to get into a striking match or a striking contest with Airwolf, and he goes for another cover and a 2 count there. Devon taking a little more time to kick out of that one than he had the previous pin attempts. Is Airwolf starting to work him down and kind of put him in that spot where Airwolf can slap on one of those submissions? Or
and you can absolutely see Devon Monroe being worked down right now, being torn down. That strong chop there from Airwolf, and it sends Devon Monroe into the corner to recover, but Airwolf's not letting him recover too long.
Devon Monroe trying to work himself back, and an enziguri connects on the side of the head, right on the ear of Airwolf, sending him tumbling to the outside.
Yeah, Airwolf's smart getting out of the ring. He knows when the match isn't going to...
But I have to ask you, Josh, did he go out on purpose, or was that
absolutely.
Was that the enziguri that kind of forced him out of the ring? Because that had some mustard on it.
After seeing Airwolf jump out of the ring earlier in the opening moments of this match, I think he's being smart. He's getting out of the ring when he senses that the match might be leaving in his favor. But this time around, it didn't work, and I think that kick to the head is helping Devon Monroe. And the thing for sure helping him is the fact that he followed out. He didn't let Airwolf recover. He's going after him. He's staying on him. He's laying in some strikes of his own. He's going after that head, and Devon Monroe is definitely in control now.
It's one thing we've seen as Devon Monroe has kind of evolved here in Higher Ground is his, oh my goodness, I
take that back. Devon's not in control
not anymore.
That back suplex.
I was going to say his ability to adapt during matches or between another pin attempt here hooks both the legs.
That was a high backdrop suplex on the apron. He landed high on his shoulders, high on his neck. Might have racked his skull a bit.
And as we all know, Josh, that is the hardest part of the ring.
Absolutely. There's that metal frame of the ring there. Bouncing your skull off of that, your knees hitting yourself in the head because you land so high up on your shoulders isn't a good thing at all. But springboard.
What a reversal there. That's going to knock you for a loop. Goes for the pin attempt himself, hooks the far leg, and only gets a 2 count.
And now they're a little bit close to the ropes. Devon Monroe has got to get Airwolf away from the ropes, whether it's for a rope break or Airwolf escaping the ring again. He needs to stay on him like he's doing. He's picking him up. Staying focused on that head after that enziguri earlier is a really, really smart move from the champion. And returning the favor from that chop earlier.
And Devon's got some vicious chops too. Don't let his size fool you. Those things will leave some marks and make your chest look like hamburger meat. Well, that'll hurt too. Face first into the turnbuckle, followed by another massive chop that brings Airwolf to his knees.
You know, I said early on in this match, I thought Airwolf was gonna be the one coming out the winner in this. With Devon Monroe, the champion, focusing on the head, continue with the strikes, hitting Airwolf's head into the turnbuckles. If he stays focused on that head, if Airwolf isn't already concussed, he's going to be soon, and that could spell defeat for Airwolf.
Oh, Airwolf now with another standing switch there. Both these men using counter after counter to try to get the upper hand.
Back to the arm. You remember earlier when we saw Airwolf kick that arm with that wrist lock suplex. Going back to the arm now again.
Oof.
Maybe going for a gym break special, but no tiger suplex.
That was well done by Airwolf, and he's out. Hooks the far leg again, and this time a 2 count. But this was a 2.5 count there, Josh.
Nick, I would have to imagine if Devon Monroe's focus hadn't been on Airwolf's head, I think Airwolf might have been able to pull off a bridge into a pinfall on that tiger suplex, and I do believe that would have been it.
That is something we've seen. Airwolf is known for that kind of maneuver. And just continuing to punish the future class champion. And he's starting to slow the pace just a little bit. Goes for another cover, doesn't hook the leg. And I don't know if that was necessarily a pin attempt to try to win the match or more to send a message to Devon Monroe. Airwolf kind of playing some of these mind games. And you got to wonder, we've talked about the previous 2 matches, to ad nauseum at this point. But it's starting to maybe play some effect where he's getting maybe a little frustrated and trying to send a message to Devon Monroe. Said, hey, this isn't a time limit draw this time. This is going to be a definitive finish. And Airwolf really just trying to put the screws to Devon Monroe right now.
And here we see that game plan, submission, wearing down Devon Monroe. I truly believe if Airwolf sticks with this, he could absolutely win this match by submission, if not for one of those suplexes like we saw earlier. If he throws out another one of those, I think it's over.
Oh, and a huge kick. Right to the chest of Devon Monroe. Hooks the leg. Again, a 2 count. Now is when we started talking about at the beginning of the match where maybe that internal clock in your head starts to tick a little bit louder and you start to realize that maybe you're getting a little bit closer to the time limit here. Oh, and a nice shot there. Again, hooks the leg.
And the longer this match goes on, the more of those strikes that happen, the more times you get hit in your head, the more times you get your arm put in a submission hold, the closer you get to losing this match, the closer you get to losing the championship, or losing your opportunity to win the championship.
There's a lot on the line in this match. Like I said, we've had these 2 before. There's a lot there. I don't know if it's bad blood, but there's a lot of competitive. Oh my goodness,
I think it started as respect between these 2, leading in.
There's another pin.
Leading into their first matchup, there was that matter of respect. Airwolf had watched Devon Monroe from a first day rookie, working his way through wrestling school, coming onto the scene in Higher Ground Wrestling and around the Midwest, building his name up. And that first match was a matter of respect, but now that we've gone 2 matches where neither man could pin or submit the other one, and both men have been close to winning the matches, now it's about who's going to be the first one to win, who's going to leave St. Paul as the future class champion.
Yeah, like I said, there's not just the championship at stake. Obviously, the future class championship is held in high regard, and everyone's kind of chomping at the bit to get their chance at it. But you've also got the third match of 3. The first 2 go into that draw, and you talk about the competitiveness of these 2. I would find it hard to find any other 2 competitors that are as highly driven and highly competitive as Devon Monroe and Airwolf. And you give them 2 draws, they're going to try to tear each other apart to get that victory, to be able to hold that over the other one's head, along with the future class championship. Is he both of these trying to get the upper hand? A nice elbow to the face there. Airwolf and a flipping enziguri.
Coming out of the turnbuckle, we've seen Airwolf utilize that almost a Pele kick out of the turnbuckle.
He is so fast. You think you have him down, you think you have him stunned, and all of a sudden, like you said, that flipping Pele kick out of nowhere, as it's been said, quicker than a hiccup is Airwolf when he needs to be. And now both of them on their back, unable to maneuver, unable to get up. Airwolf starting to stir. I haven't seen Devon Monroe move since getting hit with that kick. He might be out.
Both of these men definitely feeling the effects of this match thus far. Airwolf the first one to get up, but Devon Monroe, the champion, the first one to throw strikes once they're back up. Hitting a flurry of offense, flipping clothesline there. Let's see if he can. He's got to catch his breath. He's got to stay on Airwolf and capitalize on this. He's got a hold of him now. Airwolf getting out. Devon Monroe, the champion, really showing some fire here, fighting back.
Off the ropes, hold himself on the rope. Here comes Airwolf, caught the attempt. Oh no. We've seen this before. There it is. Get your cameras out, ladies and gentlemen. The Devon Monroe special, the make 'em eat it. Full force and another boot to the face.
I wasn't expecting this match to be so heavy with the strikes and the front lung blower there, springboarding into the ring into it, but
nice
only
cover.
gets a 2 count.
Airwolf somehow able to kick out of the flurry, the make 'em eat it, the boot to the face, the lung blower, all of that into the pinning attempt. Absolutely. And still only a 2 count. Absolutely incredible. The athleticism from these 2 is unmatched.
And once again, for the second time now in this match, both men are down on the ground. Airwolf again rolls to the floor.
You've said it before that the ring awareness and the ring IQ of Airwolf being able to roll out of the ring when in danger and not allow Devon Monroe to cover him is absolutely incredible. Leaving himself susceptible though. Oh, nice reversal by Airwolf. Wow.
Looking for the Mysterio there. Following up with a springboard in, but no.
Well, we talk about Airwolf's ring IQ. Devon Monroe is getting up there. The more he wrestles, the more experience he gets, the better ring awareness he is getting as well.
And don't think that Devon Monroe doesn't have Airwolf scouted. A huge double knees there. Meteora out of the corner. This might be it.
Double leg hook, still only a 2.
That might have been the nearest pinfall attempt in this match.
We are getting closer and closer to that time limit, Josh. That's got to be going through the heads of both of these athletes. We talked about it before. We've mentioned it earlier as we've gone through this match, that internal clock starting to tick. Are we going to get another in-ring time limit draw, or are we going to actually have a winner for the Future Class Championship? Oh, discus forearm.
If we have a few more strikes like that, I think we're going to have a clear-cut winner in this one.
Devon Monroe putting all of his weight behind it.
Going for the satellite DDT, but Airwolf had it scouted.
Oh, this
going for a butterfly brainbuster.
Connects. Full force, floats over, covers, hooks the legs. That's, oh my goodness, only a 2 count. How, Josh? How?
And once again, both of these men are down. getting back to their feet now. I think Airwolf looks like he's ready to take this match to its conclusion and walk out of here with the championship. And again, there's that arm that Airwolf has been working on.
Sets him up, spins him around. Oh!
Frankenstein with the
covers.
I think that was as close can be, Nick.
You can't get a lot closer without the bell ringing on that one. And then how does that affect Devon Monroe coming that close to ending the match finally?
And we've got a decent amount of people in this crowd here that we're just letting the referee know that they believe that was a 3 count. It was close.
I would not have been shocked had the bell rung after that pin attempt. Devon Monroe had that cover hooked deep. I did not see any escape for Airwolf, yet somehow the mat magician that he is was somehow able to kick out at the last second, and I mean very last second. And this match is going to continue. We've still got some time left here in this match.
We are under 5 minutes left in the 20-minute time limit.
Now both men to their knees. Ooh, this is what we talked about before, that desperation. Nothing. They've thrown their best shots at each other, not just in this match, but obviously the previous two, and nothing has worked. Nothing has finished the match. Both these men are running out of gas. And a huge overhead chop by Devon Monroe brings Airwolf back to his knees. Devon Monroe unable to follow up. And that's kind of what we're getting down to here, Josh.
We just got the 3-minute warning.
We are down to
3 minutes left in the time limit. And now that sense of urgency is coming. You see that kick to the side of Airwolf's head.
Devon wants to finish this match right now.
Oh, and another innovative kick from Airwolf there in the corner.
That has stunned Devon Monroe
in a low main pain. That might be it right there.
There it is, cover 2. Oh! I continue to be absolutely amazed here, Josh, at how either of these men are able to kick out after these maneuvers. This is absolutely incredible. I don't know what else to tell you.
We've got to be closing in on 2 minutes remaining. And Airwolf getting back to his feet, but Devon Monroe is still down. I think he landed kind of high on his shoulders for the second time in this match.
That's going to take the wind right out of you.
Third time after that.
Oh, here we go.
2 minutes remaining.
Here we go. Going for his submission lock.
A crossface here.
And some clubbing blows to boot.
He's looking for maybe almost the Rings of Saturn here. Double chicken wing of sorts.
We can't see Devon's face from here, but it's got to be just an absolute agony as he's desperately trying to hang on to his title hopes, his title reign.
We don't need to see his face. What the real story is, look at that right arm of Devon Monroe.
It is not supposed to bend that way.
Wrench, that's affecting his rotating.
Oh, goes into a pin.
But Airwolf still holds on. This is not good for the champion.
We might see a championship change hands here any second, and I would not blame Devon Monroe, but he uses the momentum to hook the legs into a pin, and Airwolf able to flip back out.
Chicken wing. This is affecting the rotator cuff, the pectoral muscle, probably the bones and ligaments themselves.
He is trying to wrench that arm out of the socket. This has no longer become a wrestling match, Josh. This has become a fight. This has become a desperation as he crosses him over.
This is that.
We are down to under a minute.
Airwolf is showing that sense of urgency I've been talking about. Transferring between submission holds and pinfalls, back and forth, not letting go of that.
Oh, there's another pinfall.
Right arm. He can't pin him, so he gets back into a submission. And this is that. Here's that submission that he almost won with before. That almost half crab.
We are down to 20 seconds here as Airwolf desperately tries to put Devon Monroe away, looking for that submission. The official asking Devon Monroe, do you want to give up? Do you want to give up?
Hear Devon screaming from here. Is he going to tap? Is he going to tap? And Nick, we've got another.
Utterly speechless right now, Josh.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest has been ruled a time limit draw. Ladies and gentlemen, that means Devon Monroe retains the Future Clash Championship.